We all think of AI as this incredible engine, pushing our businesses into the future. But what happens when that engine starts making mistakes? Silent mistakes, invisible ones that could end up costing you millions. That is the new reality of AI failures. And it's exactly why your old-school IT incident playbook, well, it's pretty much obsolete. So let's break down the new rules of the game for AI incident response.
In this quote right here, it just nails the core problem. See, when a server crashes, it's loud, it's obvious. But an AI failure, that's often completely silent. I mean, imagine a hiring algorithm that quietly starts filtering out perfectly good candidates, or a pricing model that just starts making totally irrational decisions. The damage is done at a huge scale long before you even have a clue there's a problem.
And this is the big mental shift we all need to make. A technical bug, that's a service interruption. An AI failure, that's a full-blown business crisis. We're talking about things like model drift or algorithmic bias. They don't just break a piece of code. They can shatter the trust you have with your customers, and they could land you right in the crosshairs of regulators. It's a whole new level of risk for sure.
So how in the world do you prepare for something like this? Well, we've got a clear roadmap. We're going to start by really defining this new landscape of AI risk. Then, we'll walk through a three-part framework to build a solid response plan. And we're going to wrap up by asking some tough questions about, your own organization's readiness.
So, how do we get ahead of this curve? The good news is we're not starting from scratch. There's a really comprehensive framework out there designed to guide us through this complex new territory. Our guide for this whole explainer is a fantastic 10-part tutorial from Virtualization Options LLC. It's based on their in-depth report, Creating, Running, and Integrating an AI Incident Response Team, Process, and Department. Now, this is built specifically with IT managers and senior management in mind. So what we're going to do is hit the strategic highlights of all 10 chapters to give you that complete, high-level overview you need. All right, let's start at the beginning with Part 1, Building Your Foundation. This is all about the proactive planning, the stuff you do before anything goes wrong. It covers the first 3 chapters of the guide.
So, this foundation, it starts with truly understanding the unique business impact of these AI risks. Then, Chapter 2 dives into assembling your mission control team. And listen, it's not just your engineers. You absolutely need legal, ethics, and communications folks in the room from day one. And finally, Chapter 3 is all about drawing the map, a clear, step-by-step process for spotting an issue and knowing exactly who to call when those alarm bells start ringing.
This slide just lays it out so clearly. On the left, you've got your traditional IT response. It's a technical problem that needs a technical team to fix it. But on the right, well, that's a completely different beast. When you're dealing with something like algorithmic bias, that's a business problem. Your traditional IT team just isn't equipped to handle the legal and ethical fallout. That's precisely why your AI response team has to be cross-functional.
Okay, our foundation is built. Now let's jump into the heat of the moment. Welcome to Part 2, the tactical playbook for when an incident is live and happening right now. This covers Chapters 4 through 7.
This is crunch time. Chapter 4 is all about having those early warning systems in place. Think of it as your AI smoke alarm. Chapter 5 is triage. Is this a small fire or a 5-alarm blaze threatening the whole building? You have to know how to classify it. Chapter 6 is containment. You've got to stop the bleeding, fast. And Chapter 7, this is so critical. It's managing the message. Because in an AI crisis, believe me, what you say and when you say it is just as important as the technical fix itself.
And finally, that brings us to Part 3. This is where we turn a crisis into a catalyst for getting stronger. It's all about ensuring long-term resilience, and it covers the last 3 chapters of the guide.
The incident is over, but the work is far from done. Chapter 8 is the postmortem. This is where you figure out why it happened and turn that pain into progress. Chapter 9 is about making sure this whole process isn't just a one-off. It needs to be hardwired into your existing security operations. And Chapter 10, that's the long game. It's about building a governance structure that not only keeps you compliant today, but gets you ready for whatever regulations are coming down the pike tomorrow.
I really love this visual because it perfectly captures that final part. Governance and compliance aren't just boring paperwork. They really are the interlocking gears that make the whole machine work. And with major regulations like the EU AI Act coming online, this stuff isn't optional anymore. It's absolutely essential for long-term survival and for building a truly resilient organization.
So after this quick tour of the entire 10-chapter roadmap, the focus really shifts. It comes right back to you and to your organization.
If you remember just one thing from this whole overview, let it be this. AI incident response is not a tech problem. It's a business problem. It's not about who has the best coders. It's about building a seamless bridge between your tech teams, your legal teams, and your communications teams. It is, fundamentally, a team sport.
So the real question to take back to your team is this. Are you actually structured to treat an AI failure as the complex business crisis that it truly is? Are you really prepared? You know, in the age of AI, just hoping for the best, that's not a strategy. Readiness is everything. And to really build that readiness, I highly recommend you dive into the full 10-part tutorial.